Hey everybody, I'm coming to you from the courtesy car. I just dropped my vehicle off to get tires. Goodness, there's like no gas in this vehicle. Alright, I'm back. Holy cannolis. Hang on, guys. That was interesting. Alright, here we go. Are we back? Alright. Live from the loaner vehicle. Alrighty. So, new moon yesterday. We started a new moon phase. Yeah, I know, it was really weird. And I'm actually really excited about the new moon phase because I don't know if any of you guys felt this way, but I certainly did. Good morning, dears. Good morning, everyone. I certainly felt this way, like there was a serious leveling up that happened, a shifting that's going on during this new moon phase in Pisces. That it can mean so very much, intuitively, spiritually, and we've already been in this like hyper manifestation period of time where our thoughts are just coming into being just immediately, and we're really realizing our life. Hello, Lee, I can't wait to see ya. This is going to be a big day. That this whole weekend is going to be a very big weekend, to be honest with you. I tend to feel like when we do these shifts, it doesn't, you feel the push, and then it starts to manifest fully. You start to really realize the depth, hey Tawanda, of what's going on as it kind of settles in, as it kind of marinates within you. For me personally, it's, as I look at how it relates to my own like Cancerian sun, Aries moon, Capricorn rising, the main three, it's like last night I felt so much like, okay, let's get this organized, let's get this in the right place, let's get this, like let's get the purpose, let's start shaping it even more, so let's start bringing it even more into focus. Any of you that do any type of photography, like with the standard camera, you remember you focus your lens, and you focus it in on a specific point that you wish to photograph, and the cameras now can like fade everything else kind of out in the back and hyper focus on the foreground, that specific focal point. And I feel like that's what's happening with us, with our life purpose right now, and how it's going to operate. Good morning, Lee. How it's going to come into fruition, how it's going to manifest itself within our lives, is that we're coming into hyper focus on what we're to do and how we're to do it. Not even just what we're to do, but how we're to do it. Look at the weather. Oh, wow. Okay, well, be careful coming in, honey. Be careful coming in. And I'll text you and let you know, like you'll be asleep, but I'll text you and let you know when I'm leaving and when my potential arrival time is. So much so that there are some things that I believe, there are some, how can I put this? There are some ways of thinking, there are some ways of viewing our life purpose, the ways of communicating our life purpose, and how it's playing out, that dance within our lives, that I believe we're getting new communication about, or the communication that we have had about it, it's going to change. In other words, The way I was viewing my own, I have to speak about myself personally so I can like really put it out here. That I'm looking at my purpose is playing out, and I'm looking at how it's structured and how I'm bringing it into manifestation. And last night it was like, okay, there are some things that I got to move out of the way because it's interfering with the execution. Thank you. The execution of my purpose. There are ways that I have communicated with myself. For instance, with all of this stuff that was going on with grandma, I was at one point like I was saying I can't. Like I can't do this. I can't do that. And for those of you that have emailed me during this time period and I've not really gotten back to you, I deeply apologize. And please look for some communication to go on during my drive tomorrow. So I had to change how I communicated with myself from I can't, and wonderful Josie, she comes on every once in a while, Josie Collins, she said this to me. She said, stop saying you can't. It's you're choosing to set certain boundaries. You're choosing to take care of yourself. You're choosing to conserve energy, if you will, and focus the energy on yourself, your family, whatnot. So that just illuminated a whole lot for me at that moment. It was like, wait a minute, stop saying the words I can't. Take your power back. Because you have to. Because you're supposed to, right? So how we communicate with ourselves, how we communicate with Source. And it's like this refinement of language. Now, for those of you that have not yet, like, you're like, Lisa, I don't really have a beginning vision even for my life purpose. Like, I don't know. What the heck? And as far as being a light worker, I do feel this as well. Let me put this anecdotal bit in there. I've been watching some videos and from some other thought leaders in this area. And I have noticed that there are some people who haven't been feeling this shift, right? This particular shift, they haven't been, like, if you will, hit as hard with the energies. It hasn't affected them as much. And I think that's got a lot to do with whether or not it's your time to really elevate in the structure, if you will. And I use it to adopters of way of being and newly adopters of this new energy and newly adopters of their leadership roles, and those that are in position to be early adopters of this change are the ones that have been the most like, oh my God, bam, you know what I mean? There are some that are going to need to see this all in action. There's some that are going to need to see this all in action before they adopt it, or they're going to need more proof, if you will, before they adopt it. And so those people may not really come into a greater understanding of their life purpose until, or their light worker status and light warrior status until a few months from now, as the energies kind of just like, kind of like marinate for a little bit. So this is really, really a light worker leadership shift. Good morning, Angelic Quest. This is really this is a light worker leadership shift. It's going to be heavier. And we have 11 viewing right now that are actively in the chat, which means it's going to be heavier for those that are meant to be in leadership. And I'm saying, yes, Lollipop, these energies have been quite heavy. I'm imploring you, though, to work, everybody that is listening to this and will watch it later, to work through it. I've been in a bit of a fog as well. I mean, and Heather can tell you, or anyone that's talked to me on the phone recently, be like, this girl is all over. And I chalked it up to, other stuff. But I'm also recognizing it was like, no, wait, we have to take this thought process up, this thought process up. We have to, like, restructure. I'm literally restructuring how Heart of Inspiration is going to work. I'm literally restructuring how Lisa speaks over Heart of Inspiration, how Lisa speaks over those that I'm working with, how Lisa speaks over her future, which is truly her present, and she's bringing it in. And yes, it's third person, because if this grandma transitional experience has taught me nothing else, it really is third person. It really is my spirit speaking over my third dimensional character. That this go around is called Lisa. I don't know who that was that just texted me. That's who she is this go around. Is Lisa. So Lisa is speaking differently over everything now. There are people that are I'm present, beginning to work on a project with another individual. Yes, we have to ground, guys. Oh my gosh, please stay grounded. I'm working on a project with someone, and it's pretty amazing, and it's going to be pretty. How can I put this? It's going to be another level of elevation for Heart of Inspiration, and then for the message. And I can't talk about it yet publicly. I got to keep that close to the vest. But people are being placed in my space that are going to be integral for the forward movement of Heart of Inspiration, of my life purpose. And there may be some people that I have worked with closely that I no longer work with closely. I don't know. I do. But it's like a restructuring, a movement of the chess pieces on the board, because it's necessary in order to get to the next level. Each level, guys, we have to remember, we learn something from everybody that interacts with us at each level. And not always are we going to work or be with them forever. Some people that will be consistent themes throughout our lifetime and throughout our ascension process. And there are others that may or may not be. They may come and they may go. It may ebb and it may flow. Seasons. And we can't get sad about the seasons. That's the other thing that Grandma's transition has taught me in spades again. That there's a season for everything. For everything. And we have to be okay. Yes. We have to be okay with the understanding that there are seasons. So yes, I've had very great difficulty putting out videos as well. I see that from my co-creators. I think we only got 4 of the 12 up, for the month of March. I can't even say I'm going to get any more up tonight. I'm going to try. I think when I get to Akron, I'm going to put up quite a few. I don't know. This is not my turn. I always get thrown off. I'm going to put up quite a few when I get to Akron, because I'll have some downtime before the manifestation teaching. I'll try. You know, I do what I do, and I don't want to know. It is what it is. You know, we'll get some more up. But they'll get up. But I don't feel bad about it either. Because I can't. Because it just wasn't the right time. And you know, sometimes, guys, we have to allow Spirit the latitude to give us the downloads and the information, and not get so tied into what other people expect of us, and what other people want from us in this third dimensional world, because we have fifth dimensional stuff to do. We have fifth dimensional downloads, information to get. We got fifth dimensional work to do. Right? Why did you have a mini panic attack? Why did you have a mini panic attack? No, I think that, oh, I am, thank you. We have to be, yes, honest with ourselves, honest with that. Look, at the end of the day, those are readings that I put up. Those are readings that I put up so that, you know, the collective can see it. And, you know, it's free. And sometimes there's other things that are just more important. Like, it's much more important for me to be focused on the information, right, that is being granted, and the wisdom and the power that's being granted. We have to remember what's the most important thing. And the most important thing is growing, ascending, awakening, and fulfilling our life purpose, the contract that we signed when we came here. We have to. We have to, guys. We can't just act as if everything third dimensional is the most important at all times. And sometimes we have to be able to say, as leaders, and everyone that I'm speaking to right now, and I believe everybody that will see it, this later on, this replay, that you all everybody can attest to the fact that leaders, sometimes we have to make decisions to not do something for the greater good. To not do something because it's for the greater good and for our greater good. Right? And for the collective's greater good. And those that are not in those leadership roles may or may not understand that, but that's not our responsibility either. My responsibility is just to come out here and say, hey, look, there's been things going on. I haven't got all the marches up. I'll get them up. What? And I think a lot of this new moon energy, to be honest with you, I feel like it's emboldening us to be that, to be able to be that bold, to be able to be that straightforward, to be able to say, look, for the greater good, this is what I need to spend time in my meditative closet, in my prayer closet. I need to take care of myself, and I need to hear what Source and Spirit has for me, so that I can then bring more back to you. There is a reason why, if you look at those of you that are Bible readers or have been in the past, If you notice, like Moses, Jesus, the prophets, even David, I believe, whenever there was a huge shift, a huge spiritual shift, a huge spiritual moment, a huge spiritual wisdom that was being given, those leaders stepped away. They went off by themselves. Sometimes for 40 days and 40 nights. Sometimes they went off from their homeland for years. Whatever, for whatever time period was necessary, they were removed from their homeland and their people. They were removed from their homeland and their people and set apart so that all the distractions and all the this and all the that would not be, they wouldn't have people grabbing and clamoring onto them. Oh, I need you. And that's, I mean, it's okay, right? We're leaders, but there's times where we got to step away from everything and be like, okay, look, I get it. I get it, but I can't do this right now. Not I can't, but I got other things to do. I have to set my boundaries. And I got to go away and be set aside and set apart so I can fully get this download, so I can fully get this wisdom, so I can fully get information, so I can bring it back to you. It's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't want to be around you. It's not that I don't care about you. But there are times where you have to set yourself apart to get to the next level. Because if you continue to reside at this level, you will never grow. And the unfortunate real truth about the matter is, if we want to just call a thing, if we want to just be real, is that if you continue to spend a great deal, the majority of your time with those that you are leading only, you cannot rise any higher. Because that the weight of that can sometimes, the entanglements can sometimes weigh you down. When I say, I can't want someone else's healing for them more than they want it for themselves. Because what happens is we work with people, and those of you that are coming to Ohio, those of you that are coming to Madison and whatnot, and those of you that are going to get Reiki attuned, you're launching yourself into your healing purpose and ministry, to administer healing to others. You have to be very careful not to get entangled with them. Oh, good morning. Hello. You have to be very careful not to get entangled with them. Because if you get entangled into that, you'll get drawn down into the muck and the mire, if you will. And you will get so enveloped in their mess, you can't get yourself out. So you darn for sure can't pull somebody else up. And that is the reality of being a leader, a healer, a light worker. We cannot get ourselves entangled with those that we are helping, those that we are teaching. Not to that degree where it's pulling us down. So that means sometimes we do have to just go off, literally off to myself. Now it's been to learn some other lessons. And it's beyond protecting yourself, Steph. It goes to nourishing yourself. Let's call it that from now on. Where am I going off to, y'all? I'm going off to nourish, to do some self-nourishment, to be nourished by spirit. And the more you're nourished by spirit, the less the energies can become entangled with you. So this new level, this new moon cycle, this 9-year cycle. Oh wow, that owl was going after that mole like crazy. So Brandy, I just saw an owl. There's a lot of big changes. You don't even have to hope for it, Pisces. You ain't got to hope for it, honey. It's here. You just open up your crown to it, honey. It's here. There's big changes. This is a significant Piscean season. So when I go to the mountaintop, when you go to the mountaintop, because that's where I believe this is right, we're going up the next level of the mountaintop. We've climbed the next mountain, and this new moon is opening that up. This is all about placement. I told you all 2019 is about placement into position. Right? 2019 is all about placement into position, into our positions in this structure, in this spiritual world, in this metaphysical world, in the 5th dimensional, so we can help the 3rd dimensional raise their vibrational set point. And March being the 3rd month, and the end of one zodiac year and the beginning of the next, the rebirth. I feel that as we're moving into Aries season, this emboldenment, this empowerment that we're experiencing now is really going to be off the chain. Think about how Aries are. Think about that leader, that fire, that passion that Aries embodies. Hello, Cassandra. Think about that. We're coming out of this intuitive knowing, this is who I am, this is what's going on, everything is flowing, everything is going, it's all easy, it's all nice, it's wonderful. We're coming from that and going right into, oh yeah, I'm a bad that one I am. I'm bad. Okay? And that's where we're coming. We're like, oh wait, this is who I am. This is what I am. This is my purpose. I got some focus now. I got some direction now. Now let me go gather up the tools so I can go on and do what I got to do. Watch how you move through this zodiac year, this upcoming zodiac year, as we go through each sign and what that energy symbolizes for us. I think Mercury retrograde right now is actually the one thing we absolutely needed, because we literally stopped in our tracks like, oh, wait a minute. And now we bring things into focus. It's like the blabbering stopped. You know how we can, if I talk to any of y'all on the phone, I can talk. The blabbering stopped. The other night when I was talking about my grandmother, I saw in the comments, people talking about, oh, you had a tough time talking. It's like you have a tough time speaking. The blabbering literally stopped. The conversation that means nothing, meaningless, powerless conversation had to stop. Done. We're no longer communicating meaninglessly and powerlessly. Light workers, we don't have time for that. Leaders, we don't have time for that. There's no more time for that nonsense. There's no more time for you to be like, well, I'm just going to do that and then and that. No. If you got something to do, do what you got to do. Be about your business. Whatever your position is, whatever your purpose is, be about that. It's time to stop saying, oh, I wish I had this, or oh, I wish I had that, or I really, really want to be abundant, and I really, really want to be it. Stop saying it. Right? Be about it. Be about that life. That's the life we have to be about. Trusting it when you can, between your eyes and your instincts. Always trust your instincts. Big change will be coming sooner. You need to trust your instinct more than your eyes. Yes. Yeah, we can tuck our heads off, but we have to stop with the meaningless. You know, I'm not saying we can't have fun, y'all. That's not what I'm saying. But it's time out for foolishness, especially as leaders. If we're going to be leaders and light workers and usher in a new move, a new vibrational frequency level, then we got to be speaking at that level. We can't be talking down here. We got to be speaking, acting, thinking, operating at that level. We have to be about excellence in thought, deed, and speech. So we got to stop, hey Ninja. We got to stop the foolishness. Now, this life ain't for everybody as far as this leader life. And if you're really feeling like, man, I don't think I'm there yet, that's cool. Just learn. Sit back and learn. You know, watch, observe. You might not be an early adopter. Yes, that's true. Spirit will change it for you. You know, we still do, of course, have free will. We can choose not to walk in it yet. But I mean, we got to grow up. We got to grow up. We have to really be operating and learning what this operating on from our heart chakra means. I think you already know what your life purpose is. Oh my goodness, I'm going 70 miles on a 55. You know, we gotta grow up. We have to be speaking and believing abundance over our lives. We have to be speaking and living peace over our lives. We have to be operating in love. We have to allow our intuitive and our spiritual gifts to operate to their fullest. And if we get new ones, let it happen. Let it go. Let it go. Let it rip. Be empowered. Be emboldened. That's what we're moving on. The revolution will be televised all over YouTube. All over YouTube, the revolution will be televised. So are you in or you out? And if you need to be out for a minute, tap out for a second, just watch, chill. It's okay. I'm not going to forget you. I'm not going to leave you behind this. You watch. And when you're ready to pick it up, I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be right here. And others like me will be right here. And I expect more channels to come from, more creators to come from this group of people. Many more. And we'll always have a place. You're right, Ninja. This is a place to lift each other up. If this never grows past whatever, fine. It will. But I'm okay. because this is a leadership group of people, and we got to be about our business. So this is the level. I guess, now I'm just, there you go. All right, y'all. I'm finna let y'all go, though. I'm finna pull up to the job. Okay, listen. I can still take a couple more people on in Akron. I don't know if any of y'all still want to come out. You can come on out to Akron. I can still take a couple more people on. Everything is okay, sweetheart. Everything is has gone up. A lot of the flyers and promotional materials have gone up here in Madison. I'm about to start advertising on some other YouTube channels. So if you all want to come to Madison, April 12th through the 14th, go to my website, put your $150 or $175 down, reserve your spot. You don't have to finish paying it off, guys, until like April 7th. Thanks, honey, you too. You don't have to finish paying it off until April 7th. So we still got plenty of time. Yes, you will, Shonda. But y'all reserve your spots. It's limited. And I'm telling you, the buzz is a buzzing around here. I'm getting people reaching out to me from just the minimal amount of promotion I've done on the internet now. So y'all got to get here. Y'all got to get here. So tonight I'm going to a function tonight with a woman that's an award-winning author, spiritual author, and she's highly interested. She's right here in Madison, highly interested in the conference, in the workshop. Y'all get here. I want my peeps here first. I know it must feel like I'm like stressing or whatever. I'm not stressing. I'm just letting y'all know. Get here. Oh goodness. Other than that, I'm gonna go on in here and find me a parking spot and take my tail into work. And I'll be leaving for Akron. So if you want to come to Akron, please email me, heartofinspiration.net, as soon as possible. And let's get your payment in. We'll be doing the Reiki attunement. I'll need to know today, though. Hey, Divine Butterfly, we're about to sign off, baby. You have to watch the replay. Okay, thanks, sweetheart. Okay, let me go. I will talk to y'all hopefully tonight. If not tonight, talk to y'all from the ride to Akron. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Guys, we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.